John Razimus here. Let's see if we can get the sun. I'm walking around in the wilderness looking at plants and animals. So come with me as I look at some plants and animals in the wilderness. Nothing specific, just walking around seeing what there is. Let's check out these plants and animals. Okay, here we have a smashed pumpkin left over from Halloween. You might think a kid did this, but chances are javelina did it. There's a lot of wild javelina out here, and they frequently will carry trash back with them. And actually, pumpkins are very healthy for them. They are herbivores. And they dig through the trash looking for rotten vegetables of all things. But they are kind of like goats and pigs. They will kind of eat anything when they're starving. They knock over the trash cans and I have to scare them away. These javelina, they're pretty smart. They even know what day garbage day is. They have the route pretty good. Sometimes they're one day off. Sometimes they're looking for trash one day before garbage day or one day after garbage day because they don't have a calendar, but they're mostly accurate. Here is something they should be eating. It is local squash. But it's not nearly as nutritious or delicious as a pumpkin. So I'll just leave this here for them. I doubt they're gonna get it. These things are mostly hollow. Take a look at this nice landscape. These mountains. Now this video is a test. This video is a test to see if my entire channel dealie has been blackballed. You know, that term blackball I have read and heard, and it's pretty common at this point, comes from Freemasonry. The Masons choose who gets to be a member. Back in the day, I guess it was hard to get in, or more difficult to get in. I'm not a Mason, never joined. All I know about them is what you see on the internet, and I have I have met a good 10, 15, 20 Masons, and every single one of them were nice to me. So some people will say, oh, do a video on the Masons. Well, from my perspective, there's a lot of hearsay on them. Here's a nice pyramidal shaped rock. I might keep that. I used to collect pyramid shaped rocks. It's a pretty good one. A lot of people say, do a video on them, expose them. First of all, there's a famous magician named, what's his name? Albert Pike? I think that's his name, Albert Pike. And he also happened to be a Mason. And he really mixed and Frankensteined his magical beliefs through the practice of actual magic into his Mason beliefs. And he wrote a number of Masonic books. And people, Morals and Dogma, I think. I'm probably getting the name wrong. Pretty sure his name is Albert Pike. Maybe it's something else. Maybe I'm mixing up his name. But Albert Pike, I know, is one of those guys. And people say, oh, this is Masonic doctrine. And I'm surprised the Masons allowed his book to be standard and to put the Masonic logo on the cover, because the book is his own personal perspective. Now, even talking about that might get this video turned yellow, but I don't see why not. It's just history. It's just stuff I read on the internet. So this video is a test to see. I talk too much about magic. Is magic banned? Is the subject of magic or Freemasonry or Masons, Masonic things banned on YouTube? I don't know. I barely talk about the subject. I'm not a Mason. I just decided to randomly throw in some stuff. Maybe I should have kept it more plants and animals. Whatever the case may be, plants and animals is the focus of this video. I talked about javelinas. They're the toughest animals out here in this wilderness, the javelinas. I've seen a number of coyotes out here. Coyotes are small to medium-sized dogs. The coyotes out here they're pretty harmless. If you come across like an alpha male coyote, he will stare you down, but if you keep walking, he's gonna take off. That stare down is just his internal instinct. But I've yet to be attacked by a single coyote out here. Javelina, on the other hand, are fearless. Javelina will charge you. Javelina, they have tusks. Javelinas are kind of like Pumbaa from Lion King. Pumbaa, Simone and Pumbaa. Pretty sure Pumbaa is the name of the warthog. Javelinas aren't warthogs, but they're very close to them. They're like desert warthogs. They have hooves, yet some say they're not related to pigs. They have hooves and snouts, all right? Hooves and snouts, they're clearly related to pigs, but some people say they're more related to rats. But I don't see rats with hooves or snouts, you know what I mean? So let's just walk through the wilderness. The subject of magic can be applied anywhere. I do know magic is real outside of Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling read a lot of mythology and folklore, folktale books, and incorporated a lot of it into her Harry Potter series. And so when people say, oh, you got that from Harry Potter. No. J.K. Rowling got that from mythology, folklore, and folktales. Some of it based on truth. Some of it based on mere storytelling. But you can see settled areas. That usually means javelinas or coyotes have used it as a temporary home. They move their homes sometimes every single night because they're in that great amount of fear of predators. Even though they are the top dogs, I'd say javelinas are the top dogs in the wash. Second being coyotes. You'd think it'd be the other way around, but the pigs are tougher than the dogs. So the coyotes and the javelina, they have to move almost every night. Why? Fear from each other. They're definitely competition for each other, but it's mostly fear from humans. Here's a recent building. I believe it's an apartment complex. And it's one of many. And new housing is being brought up in the area. A bunch of housing encroaching on this government wash. land, which is not going to be used for housing, but they recently started building more and more, and it's too bad because the javelina and coyote are only going to be pushed back further. You know, I do look for, you know, interesting things out here. There's not much sometimes, so I look at the roots of the trees, and if I see something that looks like a magic wand, sometimes I will pick it up, but I don't practice magic. As far as magic wands, as far as I know, oh, here's people. There's kids. Some annoying kids over there. So let's go back the other way. It's magic wands. I don't know much about them because I've never practiced magic. What I do know is they're a representation of some type of power that the human has, that the magician or the witch has. It might as well be the finger of the witch or the magician or the sorcerer. It's just a representation of power. Some, I guess, have daggers. It's similarly just a representation of power. So you can't actually stab a ghost or a spirit. But through the many workings of the different magicians, wizards out there, they've just incorporated it as an extension of you stay over there, you do this or that. So I don't know too much about the subject. Don't know too much. All right. Just looking at plants, rocks, animals, wilderness. There's a bird. Probably didn't catch that. Here's another one of these squashes. We call this the wash because, see, there's a totally dried out one. It's mostly just seeds inside, not much. So the javelina, it's their natural food. And you do see in javelina stool, you do see these seeds. And there's almost nothing inside. It's just a housing for the seeds. But the seeds themselves are some nutrition. And the javelina eat it, and they spread, and they plant it. They put fertilizer, and you see the stuff get spread around by the javelina eating it and basically planting it in some fertile soil. Okay, so this video is exclusively for the purpose of testing to see if it gets Insta demonetized. I am working on a lot of videos. There's a golfer that hits his golf balls out here. And takes a lot of time to edit, but I'm buying a new camera. This is, right now I'm shooting on a Sony 4K Handycam. And it's alright. I like the steadiness of it. But any professional Handycam of any modern make, it's going to be too expensive. Okay, here's the area which I previously went to when I was looking for gnomes. The area desecrated by teenagers who brought in the couch. It's too bad. It was a nice area. But now it's destroyed. Okay, so making new videos, working on new stuff. Gotta watch out for rattlesnakes. There's definitely rattlesnakes, and they match the sand exactly. So why do my videos turn yellow instead of green? No reason other than a tactic, from what I can see. It's just a strategy, it's a tactic of intimidation. That's what it is. When an algorithm repeatedly, every single video, we're talking the past, I would say 5 months, every single one of my videos have turned yellow. Off the bat, period. It doesn't matter if I spend 10 minutes on it or a year on it. Every single one of my videos, doesn't matter if it's 10 seconds long or an hour long. Off the bat, within seconds, insta yellow. I have a few tips and tricks if anyone has that same problem. Is go in and edit the tags. I never use hashtags at the bottom or the tags at the bottom. I never use them. I only use the title and description. And I try to match the title with the description at all times. But one fix that YouTube won't tell you about is just play around with the titles. YouTube's policy is we're not going to tell you anything. So you got to play around with the titles. Usually it's the title. I had a video called Smoke Monster. I might have said Ariana Grande because the story is about her and how she saw a smoke monster. I'm actually talking about a story published in many news articles about her being interviewed, talking about a smoke monster appearing in her room, and she's texting her friend. But because of the events that happened at that horrible attack, her name is permanently associated with tragedy. And any video with her name almost got demonetized overnight, is my guess. But I took her name out, and the video went back to green. I took her name out of the title. Video went back to green. And it was green for a couple months. And now it's back to yellow again. It's back to yellow. So no matter what you do, you can temporarily turn it green again. If you get rid of what you think might be a controversial word or phrase in the title. That's my advice. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it bounces back. I think there's 3 main modes that they rate. I guess there's 4, but the human one is rarely used. We have the title and description and the tags. Those are almost the same thing. Here we have a dog's ball. I used to walk my dog out here, Raven. She passed away. Rest in peace, Raven. So there's many versions, but we have the title, description, tags. Get rid of the tags unless you rely on them. Make sure they're what you consider to be friendly. And then there's the algorithm going through the transcript of your entire video. If you have a long video like this one, the YouTube bots, it might take them a month to read the whole transcript because they have to rely on computer technology to even analyze what the transcript is. So a famous channel, fans will put in different translations, different languages, and they'll put in the correct English subtitles. But my channel, no one has ever done that before. If it's ever been done, it was automated by the Google robots. But maybe I talked about too many magical things. I don't see anything wrong with that. There's a magical tree out here somewhere. I prune it sometimes. So I'm going to end it pretty soon. Just wanted to walk around and prove that every single video I upload turns yellow. Insta. Talking within 10 minutes after uploading it. It might stay green for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Bam, turns yellow. No reason. No explanation, nothing. My show, Old Cult Unmasked, I have had a few instances where I took out the word occult from the title and it turned green, which is intimidation and a tactic to force me to not use that word. Why not? That word is in pop culture. That word is all over the place. But now I might have to change the name of my entire show. So if you have an idea for my Occult Unmasked show to be changed to a different name, post your suggestions at the bottom. I've thought about many alternatives, and I haven't found one that really sticks yet. It'll be the same show. It'll be Occult Unmasked, just with the new title. But speaking of the new show, I have been working on an intro, a new intro for the show for a long time now. Such a long time that this Sony Handycam is too low quality to record it. When you spend months on end, we're talking I've spent easily 6 months on this project. You don't want to record it with a low quality home camera, you know? You want to record it with something high quality. So here is a little nest of an animal, but it didn't start as that. This is a natural stick bundle from the wash. The water will come through here and float all these sticks into one spot next to a tree. And the animals are smart. They will use it as a nest and they'll build upon it. So even though it's a natural wash pile, I guarantee there are snakes or rabbits, rats, mice, something in there, probably a rabbit, and I like to leave them alone. The rabbits do eat all kinds of plants. You see them nibble on the bark of a certain tree. Here's another one. You can find some cool sticks in there. But this video is proof. I'm just going for some exercise. I will begin. Here's some ants. I will begin the editing of some new videos. And what's going to happen is I'm going to get a little annoyed because those videos are going to instantly, within seconds, be turned yellow and say that they're not friendly. When that's not the case, my entire channel, from my perspective, has been put on a list. You know, I'm not a political or a religious channel. So if you're of one political persuasion or one religious persuasion, it's not going to offend me. It's not going to bother me. But some people that are extremely against my point of view and my perspective, which I've never really laid out, it just is what it is. I have different points of view on different topics. I tell those people, hey, go make your own channel. If you disagree with me so much that you believe in the exact opposite of what I have to say, feel free to make your own channel, man. I might even support you and go on over there and check it out if you have something interesting to say. So this is the conclusion of my video. I thank you for watching. This has been John Razimus with youtube.com/hoaxhunter. New videos coming soon. Thank you for journeying with me in the wilderness. Hopefully we'll find some more interesting plants and animals. I have found many rattlesnakes and even turtles. Next time we can go to Turtle Cove. There's a turtle neighborhood. Might be encroached upon by more buildings. So we'll check out the Turtle Valley over there next time. Thank you for watching. This has been John Razimus. Be seeing you.